Hello, and happy Tag Tuesday. Welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, my co host, Raina, who always accompanies me on Tag Tuesday. Why? Because for her, it's Wag Tuesday. She's getting her Wag treats, which are the chicken and waffle flavor. Definitely a favorite. So we'll get her some chicken and waffles and we'll get started on this very special tag. Now, this tag is called Would You Rather, and it was created by Becky, everyone's bestie, at Book Reviews with Becky. So this is her original tag, and it is really about thrillers, actually. It's the thriller edition. So here we go. Number one, would you rather read a psychological thriller with an unreliable narrator or a mystery with a twist ending? That's that's a little bit, those two are close. I've seen both techniques done very, very well. I think in the end, though, I would probably go with the mystery with a twist ending. I think it's a little bit more of the classic style, and I'm somewhat of a classic gal. So I would choose that. But I have seen the psychological thriller with an unreliable narrator done very well. Number two, would you rather be trapped in a locked room mystery or be part of a cat and mouse chase across a foreign city? Okay, now this one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with the cat and mouse chase across a foreign city. I like that, in fact. And it brings to mind James Patterson when he first started writing. His Alex Cross series was enormously popular. It has to be easily, well, over 30 years ago. But I think it was the book Along Came a Spider. He's looking for a kidnapped child, and he gets a tip that, the person wants some money and he's going to meet him in Disneyland. So he's going through Disneyland, just like looking for this person. And I'm telling you, it is one of the most edge of your seat chapters, I think, or two chapters, whichever, in, thrillers that I've read. It was great. Number three, would you rather read a thriller that keeps you on the edge of your seat but has a disappointing ending, or a slower paced thriller with a perfect and satisfying ending? I'm going to go with the slower paced thriller with a perfect and satisfying ending. And I'm going to point out that I think the book God of the Woods by Liz Moore would kind of fit that. It's kind of a slow burn type of book, and it's a little bit longer, I think, than kind of your average thriller is. But it is still enormously popular. Came out last year. And I just read it about a month ago. And I would say it's slow. It's somewhat slow paced for a thriller, but look how popular it is. Everybody loved it, and it does have a good ending. Disappointing ending? No. Number four, would you rather uncover a major secret halfway through the book or wait until the last chapter for the big reveal? It depends. Sometimes it's good to know a major secret and then go, oh, I got a piece of the puzzle, but still not quite there. You feel like the door is opening just a little. It just kind of keeps you on that line, keeps you wanting to read more. So I guess I would go with the major secret halfway through the book. Sometimes in the last chapter, just too much stuff happens, or new characters get introduced even, and you're like, wait a minute, what? I wasn't counting on him being around. Number five, would you rather follow a detective with a dark past or a criminal mastermind who is always one step ahead? Ooh. The detective with a dark past is a good trope. and it's done fairly often and it can be done very well. But overall, I think I'd go with the criminal mastermind who is one step ahead. I like a criminal where at the end you almost admire, in a sense. You don't really admire him in a moral way, but you admire what they've done. Wow, I wouldn't have thought of that. I mean, sometimes, yeah, that's the criminal mastermind. So I'll go with that. Number 6, would you rather read a thriller set in a remote, isolated location or one set in a bustling city full of hidden dangers? I'm going to go with the remote, isolated location. Um, I've read some books lately that are great, atmospheric, really location based kind of thrillers. One would be A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Um, Another one would be Wild Dark Shore by Charlotte McConaughey. Yeah, even Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. It just had that weird location, just kind of is almost like just another character in the story because it figures into the story so much. Number 7, would you rather have a main character who is constantly making the wrong decisions but ultimately survives, or a character who makes all the right decisions but still ends up in danger? I like when the character makes all the right decisions but still ends up in danger because it's like, wow, I probably, hopefully, would have done the same things, and yet look what's happened at the end. Oh my gosh, what's good. So yeah, I kind of like that. Number 8, would you rather read a book with a villain who has a personal vendetta against the protagonist, or one with a villain who is completely unknown and mysterious? The completely unknown and mysterious is done very well by Harlan Coben, I think. He has a way of just this average setting, normally an urban setting, average couple or average person going about their business, and they somehow get hooked in to just the craziest criminal activity that can be. So I kind of like that villain who is completely unknown and mysterious better. Yeah. Number 9, would you rather read a thriller with intricate, mind bending puzzles to solve, or one with high intensity action scenes? Gotta go with the action. Kind of like that. Yeah, I like to try to solve the puzzle of what's going on, but a little action thrown in there. Yeah, I like that. I think Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby is a perfect example of that. A lot of high intensity action scenes there, as well as in his other book, All the Sinners Bleed, same way. A lot of action. Number 10, would you rather read a thriller with multiple points of view or one that focuses solely on the protagonist's perspective? Um, Probably multiple points of view, but it's got to be done well. And I don't like when there's just like too many points of view and you kind of get confused as to what's what and what really went on. But multiple points of view, if it's done right, can be, I think, very good because you get just this little tiny bit of information from each person, and you have to kind of put that together and, decide what's really going on here. So, yeah, I like that. Number 11, would you rather read a book written in first person point of view or third person point of view? I think in all, probably first person point of view. I think a lot of people like that. Seems to hook you in a little faster, I think. Um, Makes you feel a little more like you're like right there with the person, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And yeah, I like that. So I would go with first person. So number 12 is to tag some of your besties. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and, tag some people. So, Becky, this was a very interesting tag. Would you rather? I like it. I hope that a lot of you will pick this up and do it. It's a lot of fun. And if you've never seen Becky's channel, please go over and visit. Just her smile, her enthusiasm, and the way she says, "Hey, besties," is like, the best thing. It'll make your day. So head on over and enjoy. And in the meantime, please like this video if you do by giving me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content. Say goodbye to Raina and have a great day.